My name is Ava Geyer-Stonger, 17-year-old climate activist from San Diego, California, and leader of Plastic Free Gen Z.
And my name is Amber Chen. I'm 16 and the founder of the Environmental Justice Educational Initiative Anti-Racist Planet.
We are both youth ambassadors for Plastic Pollution Coalition, a growing alliance of thought leaders, organizations, and businesses seeking to make a more just and equitable world free of plastic pollution.
Plastic Pollution Coalition youth ambassadors have 10 calls to action for the decision makers of COP26. COP21 established the Paris Agreement, marking a significant milestone in world climate action. Now, 6 years later, what should COP26 establish and what needs to be set in motion now?
As youth, we may only make up 18% of the current population, but we are 100% of the future. Dear COP26, we ask you to execute these 10 actions.
Eliminate single-use plastic. First, we must move to systems of reusable, refillable, and package-free products. This means that fossil fuel and petrochemical permits must be suspended, and legislation addressing plastic should be passed. For example, the UN Global Plastic Treaty, which addresses the plastic crisis at every point of the plastic's life cycle, should be passed. To regulate waste management, eliminate toxic substances, and develop solutions that acknowledge plastic's role in global warming.
Second, COP26 must establish clear investment goals to build a truly resilient circular system in which waste is reduced and reused in an ethical manner that prioritizes workers. Waste and pollution must be reduced at the source. Products must be reused multiple times rather than once, and when possible, materials should be recycled back into the earth.
Third, COP26 must focus on environmental justice issues. World leaders must acknowledge the negative impacts that fossil fuel and plastic reduction have on BIPOC communities and ensure that their needs are addressed. At every point in plastic's life cycle, the safety and health of BIPOC and low-income communities must be a priority at COP26. In addition, plastic waste exportation to other, poorer countries must end.
Fourth, richer countries must fund poorer countries and give them the space and resources necessary to take climate action. COP26 must acknowledge that poorer countries bear the consequences of the waste and pollution caused primarily by richer countries.
Fifth, COP26 must address environmental toxins in plastic and regulate the use of toxic chemicals in manufacturing that impact the health, especially the reproductive health, of all people.
Sixth, world leaders must enact widespread education to bring truth to the public about plastic production, plastic pollution, the importance of fossil fuel divestment, clean, green energy, and regenerative agricultural systems. Companies must remain transparent about their level of sustainability.
Seventh, fracking and cracking fossil fuels and releasing microplastics, microfibers, and chemicals harm our water sources. COP26 must address the safety of the world's water.
Eighth, we must measurably reduce air pollution. This will be accomplished when we stop burning fossil fuels and plastics to produce energy, chemicals, oil, and plastics.
Ninth, leaders must commit to reforming and improving democracy for all. Communities affected by plastic pollution need access to advocate for themselves and their communities.
And lastly, our 10th demand for COP26, world leaders must take action not just for our future, but for our now. As François Hollande, the past president of France, says, we must act urgently and do everything we can to give the younger generations a future. We must approach the climate crisis as intergenerational collaborators who will be good ancestors. Experienced people must work with younger people so that we can all live in a fossil fuel and plastic-free world.